here arguing today against college students being deprived of sleep. Okay, although my opposers' views against college students being sleep deprived, but I also oppose all students are not sleep deprived. Some students tend to get the proper sleep they need throughout the night and able to go through the day without needing naps. Okay, so this probably don't apply to me, and I can tell you that later on. But both opposers indicated this first proposition that naps benefits personal health, and according to the American Tourist Association of Internationals, it indicated that students that get 7.5 hours proper rest would not be sleep deprived and would have better memory. Okay, and there's also students that study late. They tend to neglect their bodies and later suffer behind it. So before, they had many studies stating that there were found evidence supporting the values of sleep hygiene education that improves sleep, and that was according to Garriga. But because the ways people are sleep deprived, and I guess they're not really taking better care of their bodies, and they're not managing their time as needed. As my opposer stated, naps would relax and prevent anxieties. But what causes college students having anxieties and being sleep deprived in the first place? College students that takes proper time and manage their days would prevent being sleep deprived and having anxieties, and take better care of their overall health. Students tend to work, and they work longer hours than probably necessary. That brings on stress and anxieties because they still have things that they want to accomplish before the night is through. According to I guess it's Peach and Gauntlet, there's been studies that students need to improve their sleep behaviors and scheduling, because there have been college students that has different aids and medication that they've used to help keep them focused through the night, like Adderall, and later on it causes other problems with being able to stay up throughout the day. If students tend to be more selective on their time for hanging out with friends and significant others, and not putting their homework on hold until the last minute, they would have a better health overall and get good habits. It says here that college students practice bad habits and get insufficient sleep. Irregular sleep schedules, according to Peach and Gauntlet, because they have allowed outside influences and affect how they manage their sleep, like hanging out midnight through the week, constantly, school activities with friends and others. This all causes them to put their sleep on the back burner, and later on they're tired. Okay. I feel that some of the things that I've went through that causes me to have problems with my sleep, I have a sleep disorder, and I diagnosed with it for about 15 years. I have sleep apnea, and I use a sleeping device. It's called a CPAP machine. And what sleep apnea does to me, it restarts my sleep, stop and go throughout the night, and it wakes me up. And it also affects me because at times it feels like I'm out of breath. And when I get shocked like that, then I have to use the restroom. So I'm up all night. And I feel that most college students, if they decide to take their schedule a little bit more seriously and get 8 hours of sleep a day, they wouldn't be sleep deprived and wouldn't need naps during the day, and they would manage a better sleep study, health, and overall, it wouldn't be, a situation where they feel that they need naps during the day. That's it.
All right, well, you kind of go in a generally a different direction on this. You're not denying the need for sleep. That doesn't make much sense. I don't think you could argue that scientifically you'd find a lot of validity to that particular point. Your argument is that, and basically it comes down to, and you say it at the end, they don't need more naps. What they need to do is they need to manage their time and go to bed earlier. It's as simple as that. The idea that you need a nap, that's because you're not managing your time effectively. And why is it that college students don't manage their time effectively? You've got a couple of reasons that you give. If there was some statistical information about the number of people who have to work when they go to school and the number of hours that they have to work, that might suggest, by the way, when are they supposed to take a nap? It's awfully hard to take a nap on the job. I mean, some jobs might be pretty easy going about that, but I imagine that your manager at most places that you work doesn't say, yeah, go ahead, lay down for 40 minutes and have a good nap, and that'll be fine. It doesn't work that way. So I think you've got a good generic response to the argument. I think you need to acknowledge, the first point is there's no denying that sleep is necessary, and it's probably not hard to deny that, or it's probably hard to deny that college students get less sleep than they should in general. Of course, lots of college students do get plenty of sleep, but the source of their lack of sleep is not that they don't get a nap, it's that they don't manage their time, and some of them may in fact have sleeping disorders. The sleeping disorder that you mentioned at the end, I think, is an interesting point. If you could point out, for instance, what percentage of the population has sleeping disorders like that, your argument would be a little bit more useful and generalizable. Like I said, you're not denying the premise of the advocate's argument, you're just denying the cause and the source of the solution. You're suggesting alternative solutions are available, and it would be helpful if you could give us a few hypotheticals or places, for instance, where people have managed to manage their time more effectively and prevented this kind of problem from occurring in the first place. Okay, thank you.